Okay, remember how I was saying last time, I got a bolt from the old motor and put it in here, but the problem now is I can't get to that unit right there because this is in the way, so I got to take this off. There we go. See how it gave? Really, I just have a little bit of grease on it, but anti-seize is your best bet in some instances with this particular part of it. And that part comes on out. That's the whole coupling. That's kind of holding the internal thing together. You know, somebody asked a question, why buy a motor like this if I'm having to wrench on it all the time? First of all, you've never seen any of my bone stock motors fail. Like, not a single one. Never, ever, ever. Right? The reason I keep wrenching is because I keep putting more power through it. High performance means high maintenance. Okay, once you get to this point, you're going to put this guy back on, actually. Very important not to have any grease on that. That needs to be cleaned every time. There we go. Everything looks good to me. Well, yeah, just you have to hold that in. That's what you have to hold in, that camshaft. You hear that? There's plenty of compression. Engine's perfect. No problems. 6-gallon marine gas tank, okay? You've seen these. You can get them at Walmart, get them at Academy, get them at Bass Pro, wherever. The problem is that you don't have, when you start hopping up these motors, or even just even if all you did was do an air filter and a good tailpipe, you would still need longer range because you're going to be burning more gas. This is a 5/16 marine grade thingy, line, fuel line, 5/16, and that's going to a fuel bulb, that priming bulb. The priming bulb is fairly free flowing. It's free flowing. It doesn't choke off the engine like some of the old ones used to. Now, coming up from the tank, it's going down to a joint here, basically serving as a reducer, fuel line thingy, going down to a 1/4-inch line that goes into the pump, which is 1/4-inch. It goes around here, down to 3/16 line, which dumps directly down into the carburetor. That's where it dumps into the carburetor, right there, okay? How you power a pump like this? It's just a vacuum pump. You know, some people say, oh, not a vacuum pump, it's a pulse pump. Well, it runs off the Venturi effect. Anytime you run this is a carburetor, basic carburation theory. Anytime you run fluid through a tube, the pressure inside the tube drops. So the pressure inside this carburetor, when the engine is running, is actually lower than the pressure out here. You're taking advantage of that because you're just siphoning a line off of that, and that pressure drop puts a suction here in the pump, and that suction is what pulls that fuel up. So you don't need batteries or anything like that. No, I've been sick here a little bit, guys. I got this big carbuncle on my back. It's a skin infection. For those of you interested, again, if you're interested in how I put all that together, the class, I have a free class on Teachable, blackwarriorlures.teachable.com. You just go over there and you sign up for free. It's a free class on how to convert your motor. See, the thing is go-kart racers have been using remotely positioned fuel tanks for a long time. Except they only maybe need 1 liter of gasoline, maybe 2 liters of gasoline for a race or whatever. Well, we need more like gallons. We need 3, 6, 9, 12 gallons, right? But the principle is the same. You just have a bigger volume of gasoline. Keep in mind that I'm running a performance engine, a box stock racing engine that doesn't have a governor in it. It doesn't have the governor control arm in it and all that. So we're just using a basic ARC top plate and Walbro fuel pump, all that kind of thing. I have, again, complete parts list on the thing. If you're one of these guys you got your Predator and you're happy with it, your Predator 212 or your 420, and you're like, yeah, man, I really do want more gas in it. But all you're going to do is maybe stage 1 mods, which I do recommend for everybody. All it is just a free-flowing exhaust and intake, and you're not doing anything on the inside of the engine. Engine will run reliably for years and years that way. Your throttle linkage is going to be different because you're going to use the stock throttle linkage, but you're just going to have to find a way to mount the plate. And I would just have some options there in the class where you can go, some different sorts of mounting options. You could even mount your pump right here on this thing, right there, if you really want. Just drill some holes, tap them, put them in there. So sort of a reshoot of the past couple of videos that were disappointing to some of you. So, do you see the manifold here? Gives 0.2 horsepower. Yeah, yeah. I got that from NR Racing. You can either run the pump off here, which is the intake, or you can run it off the side cover here. And some guys will even tap the engine block, and you can run the dang thing off the engine block, so they maybe tap it right here or something, or where the old control arm was. Come on, focus. You know, but okay, so here's what happened to that muffler, man. It just split right there. Okay, so it just split right there. It just broke. So I can see that this muffler doesn't have any real structural integrity. But anyway, we'll see.